That kid is going to get stronger. He's going to get a lot better, but he's already improved in just a year. And once again, we have a lot of hope that this kid is going to come in here and just continue to carry on that tradition, that kicking game tradition that Freddie is going to be leaving at the end of this season. Unfortunately, it seems like just yesterday that we were talking about Freddie.
It sure does. You know, here's the 6'3" freshman Alfredo Manriquez, and here, you know, at times winding down on the career of a great kicker, but we've got another outstanding kicker, Gonzalez, that's right behind him here. Now Justin Curtis is going to take this around the shotgun, and he fakes the handoff. He's throwing it deep out here. Good position by Pompey. Excellent. And if you want to learn how to lock someone down, positioning, that's a perfect execution by a cornerback.
You know, it's I get to watch those DBs practice and Coach Treehouse and how they go about their technique, and it's relentless. They are always the last group off the practice field every single day, and he works them hard, but he's trying to prepare them for not only this game, but those big games that are still coming up.
Yeah, you might outsize Sidney Pompey, but you're not going to out-quick him out there. And then, you know, he has the hips, those quick hips that you like out of your cornerbacks, able to turn and run. Now he takes this one, looks out to the left-hand side of the field, wide open receiver there, 34. That's a linebacker who also gets out there, a Chase Sharp, and they slipped him out of the fullback for the easy completion.
And I believe that's going to be their real first down.
Right. And he's a fine player. He's not only an excellent blocking fullback, he's a good receiver, looks like a tight end when he's running out there, and he's an excellent linebacker. So now he's going to be out there in the slot, and we have one back there in the backfield, Mason Fisher. Ooh, what a hit. Wow, you could feel the concussion. Lester Johnson.
Lester Johnson, oh my goodness. That was. I've worked a lot of crashes in my life as a state trooper, Brian, and that would have been the jaws of life, getting somebody out of a car. That was a train wreck, man. That was bad.
That one was heavy. You know, you could feel the concussion of the hit up here.
That reminded me of the Clowney hit.
Yeah, that was that was just incredible play by Lester Johnson. 35 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 21-0. Big play by the defense, 2nd and 15. Quarterback looks to the right, throws an out there, no receiver open. Great coverage by Palmetto Tiger defensive unit.
Yeah, he's just throwing to a spot there, hoping that his tight end can get some hands on it, because he had pressure in his face once again, not by one, not by two, but 3 Tigers running full speed at him. So,
yeah, one he may have had Drake Thoreau clearing in the slot, but you have no appreciation. You know, I sit on Saturdays at field level in the end zone sometimes, and you get the same vantage point that the quarterback has. Yeah, he might have had somebody open out there, but when you have 6 or 7 guys, you know, breathing down your back,
right.
You're not going to make that play. Oh, here comes the Bear front, rolling it up. And so Justin Curtis looking things over. Oh, boy. The Tigers are coming. And Justin Curtis rolls to the left. Excellent play. And he's tackled there for about a yard gain. So that brings up a punting situation.
Yeah, that's a good job there by Curtis, just to get out of that pressure and to pick up a few yards anyway, and maybe help his punter out and change field position, because our offense has been starting their series at about the Lakewood Ranch 20.
Yeah, it's been all Palmetto here. 12 minutes. And this will be the start of the second quarter. It'll be Palmetto. They're going to flip the field. Palmetto's going to receive the punt. Probably have LeJonte Wester back there to receive the punt. Really, Lakewood Ranch is struggling on offense. You know, one of the things that we saw there on that last play by Justin Curtis, he showed some really great speed. You know, looking at him before the game, I didn't think that he had that kind of foot speed, but fear is an excellent motivator.
It is for me. I know that very well from past experiences, but we always talk about how important our offensive line is to us.
Very happy to have you here with us.
The offense really We only move when the offensive line is moving.
Give a shout out
unfortunately, Curtis just doesn't have that strong O-line in front of him. It'd be nice to see. I'm sure he would love to have one, and he could probably do a lot more things. I think he's got a pretty good arm.
Yeah, he looks like a quality quarterback, and but really no time. And Jacob Enos is back there to punt this one away. LaJonte Wester awaits. Boy, and Trey Thompson almost got that one. And the ball takes a Palmetto bounce.
A bad hop for Lakewood Ranch.
Goes out on, so Palmetto will start on the 49-yard line driving in. Rick, this is kind of fun. As a fan,
yes.
a lot of people like nail biters. You want to, win the game on the last Hail Mary, something like that. As a fan, it's nice to have a game where you're leading 21-0.
Well,
here.
it is, because we haven't had a game like this this year, and Coach Marino is very methodical on the way he sets the schedule, and that schedule is usually against playoff type opponents, and so we play a lot of tough games, a very tough schedule. So hopefully this is going to be just a confidence booster for the Tigers as we move into the rest of the schedule, which is going to be extremely tough.
Osborne's back there in the backfield. They're following him, and it's Herman White in the middle of the field. Great block by Osborne. Herman's gone at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Excellent scheme, design, and great to see Andrew Osborne.
Andrew's doing it all tonight, Brian.
Man,
he is doing it all, and the good thing, there are no flags on the field, so we know that it is a touchdown. But you really have to take your hat off to Andrew, because he has been on both sides of the ball tonight. I don't think he's hardly come off the field, and he's being productive on both sides of the ball.
Incredible. So big night for senior Andrew Osborne here. And great run by Herman White. Herman White is, really in the rotation. He's as good as a lot of ones out there, and there's a three-man rotation here. Andrew Duncan snaps this one back to Marino. Spot's good, and Rafael Gonzalez drives it through for the extra point, 28-0 with 11:39 remaining on the clock.
That extends Palmetto's lead to 28
So,
points.
just from being up here at our vantage point, it's obvious that the Tigers they're going to outpower the offensive front for Lakewood Ranch, and also on the defensive side. They just are not big, and that's one thing that Coach Marino has really worked hard on during the offseason, is getting these boys stronger and getting them prepared for those big O-lines and those big D-lines that we face, especially with Braden River and Venice, Charlotte. We know we're going to be up against some massive young men that are going to be hard to push around, but and that's what Lakewood Ranch is lacking. They have no size to speak of.
Yeah, and a nice change tonight with the switching things around. Osborne playing defensive tackle. We have an outstanding defensive tackle, John Bembry, that's out with an injury, and I think he's out for the entire year. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what I understand.
So, and now Gonzalez is going to kick this one off, and I'll get back to that point, but the ball is going to be fielded. Nice high kick. Oh, look at that. Drives him back into the end zone. Touchback. So they'll have to start from the 20. Great kick by, Gonzalez is getting stronger and stronger and stronger as the game goes on here.
Well, he kicked for the JB team, like I spoke about earlier, and he kicked into the end zone several times with the JB team. So I know he's capable. So he'll just continue to work on being more consistent with that.
Lakewood Ranch is coming out, two receivers wide here, one in the slot and then one out wide to the right. Tries to draw the Palmetto defenders offside, does Justin Curtis, but Kendall Reynolds was smart and stayed home on that one. And we have Derek Bradley's dropping back soft on the corner over here. Quarterback keeper, and that's going, oh boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness mercy. And that, again, is Latoni Martinez.
I mean, that's exactly what you want to see from a strong safety. You want to see those DBs react and come up there and use that speed that we know they have and make those tackles. I know Coach Tree, he wants to see them aggressive and get across the line of scrimmage and take out some backs.
Now they've got Cooper Corley over here wide along with Jaden Carden. And Justin Curtis awaits this one out of the shotgun. Trying to throw one out there quickly. Good idea. And ball's thrown a little bit high there for Corley. And so that will bring up a 3rd and 15. And boy, and he took a really big shot there. And our thoughts are with Cooper Corley now. Took a shot to the ribcage. Hopefully that's just the wind.
Yeah, I'm hoping, because I know that Latoni Martinez was on him, and also Castillo both had great coverage. And I think it was Tyreek that came up there and actually put the hit on him. And he was going up trying to catch a ball that was over his head and stretching out for it and really expose those ribs, like you said, Ryan. But he's getting up.
Good. Well, yeah, it looked like he might just have had the wind knocked out of him there. So that's a great thing. Great to see that young man, Cooper Corley, running off on his own merit. He looks like he's doing all right. So that brings up a very tough down and distance here, 3rd and 15. And the ball is right there at the 14-yard line. And I wanted to, it is homecoming weekend, Rick. We talk about coming home, school, and playing hooky today. We have Tom Porter in Jacksonville, Florida, and Kenny Burton Jr. is in Texas. So,
well, homecoming means you stay home. Those two did not read the rule book.
Oh, and there's that middle picked off Duncan. He's got the touchdown, pick 6. Excellent play. And good call from the D coordinator on that.
Andrew Duncan, touchdown Tigers.
Wow.
So everything going right for the Tigers tonight, Brian, and that's what you would expect. In a game like this, you would expect us to totally dominate. Anything less than this would be a disappointment.
Yeah, and the way that, it's fun to see the way that Andrew Duncan jumped across that. He knifed in there. He looked like a DB. That's a linebacker that just made the step across that screen pass and takes it for the pick 6. Now Matthews is running onto the field here late here to block on the edge. And we're going to have Rafael Gonzalez kick another one through here. Marino is going to hold this one. And Duncan, who just had the touchdown, pick 6, is going to snap this one. Between Andrew Duncan and Andrew Osborne, the Andrews are multitasking tonight, Rick.
Yes, they are.
They're getting their money's worth out of these guys. And, they're playing defense. We've got Andrew Osborne's a long snapper. He's playing defensive line. He's playing tight end. And Duncan he snaps on the extra points. He's on coverage units. And here he is with a pick 6. So, really getting a lot of play out of some fine players.
Yes, yeah, very versatile, and that's what you like to see. You need that, especially at this level. You're going to have players that are going to have to play multiple positions, and you never know when someone's going to get hurt, and you always are trying to make sure that next man in is going to be able to maintain the integrity of the line and do what the guy that went down did. But Duncan is he's only about 5'11", about 220 though.
Yeah,
but he's fast. He's got quick feet, good footwork, and
and both the young men we're talking about, both seniors, and it's amazing how you progress through, your career at a high school, and then many times it shows up about midway through, the last season, and bang, the light goes on,
right.
and boy, they are playing lights out tonight. And that is going to be Rafael Gonzalez. Drives that one through. So Palmetto Tigers lead this one 35-0 with 10 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
So we're getting close to that running clock here already, Brian, and I think we will have an opportunity to see a lot more of the younger players come out on the field tonight and try to get a little playing time and get some experience that they need, because like you said, we've got so many seniors that are going to be leaving us next year.
Yeah, and you want to make sure to keep those seniors, keep everybody healthy tonight. You got a big game, big games coming up in the future here. Now we have Josh Roden back there to receive this on the backfield, and Rafael Gonzalez is going to kick this one off. And, we've got Reynolds out there. We've got Waiters out there. We've got Tompkins out there. Tyreek Castillo is out there. And one thing we're showing, there's this special teams coverage unit here, is filled with a lot of starters out there tonight.
Right.
Charles Miller is out there. Gonzalez takes this one, drives it, a high short kick. Got that one a little thin underneath it, so he's got it in the 15 and a big hit there. And that was an excellent hit there. And we'll have to pick up the number there, but return to about the 20-yard line.
Lakewood Ranch will take over again.
But really, it's been all Palmetto Tigers here. While we have this opportunity, I'm gonna talk about some of our sponsor. We got a winner going here tonight, so I'm going to talk about Boyd Insurance and Investment Services, winner of the People's Choice Best Insurance Agency in Manatee County Award, providing the coverage you need and a name you can trust. Serving Manatee County since 1974, Boyd Insurance and Financial Services. Now Justin Curtis taking this one out of the shotgun. 2 receivers out there to the right, hands the ball off there, getting the edge that time, bouncing it outside, and really taking, just almost kneeling on the play is Fisher. And that's something that you don't see very often. It looked like a quarterback coming up to the line of scrimmage, so he just decided he didn't want to get a hit on that one. So Mason Fisher, I saw some tape on him. He likes to bounce the ball outside. He's got good feet. And Justin Curtis take this one out of the shotgun. 2 receivers over here. Big Jacob Enos, who's listed as a kicker, is out there wide. And he's bouncing outside. And this time the Tigers have it all figured out there. And making the play there.
Brandon Waiters once
Brandon
again.
Waiters.
Yeah, Brandon was all over that. And
By number 23, Brandon Waiters.
Okay, with
Brings up third down and
7 or 8 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the second quarter, we're going to give you some high school football here. Riverview 21, Manatee Hurricanes 7. Thanks to Jay Manson, who's getting that one into us here in the box. And for all you
we knew that was going to be tough, though, Brian. That was going to be a tough game. We know.
Wow. Boy, the Tigers are really crowding one side of the line of scrimmage, loading it up, and here comes Reynolds. He throws the ball out. Receiver's open, but a lot of pressure back there, unable to set his feet. That's going to bring up a fourth down and a punting situation.
Yeah, that's a shame because he actually, for the first time tonight, had an open receiver that could have picked up that first down for him. He just couldn't hook up with him.
Jacob Enos is back there. The senior is back there to punt this one away. LeJonte Wester awaiting this one. He's right on the 48-yard line. 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 35-0. You know what? If he kicks a good punt here, I look for Jonte to break this one, Rick.
I'm with you.
Enos takes it. Good snap. Drives a high spiraling kick up there. Jonte Wester, fair catch. Good decision there.
Very good decision.
And hustling down there was the long snapper, that tight end, who's Mickey Casersut. And that's K-O-C-Z-E-R-S-U-T. Mickey Casersut down there to defend. And Jonte made the right call there.
Every practice, at the end of practice, all they do is field punts, right? So they're practicing, and they even practice fair catching, and so Jonte was actually practicing and doing what he knows is best during that situation because he was about to get plowed.
Yeah, it was a heads-up play there with a 35-0 lead. No need to try to spring one. It's not, and Marino's going to take this one. He had one receiver, two receivers out wide, one on each side. Marino looks for the in route right down the middle. It's Teddy Washington. He's got it. Got a little loose with the ball there, but he's got a big first down.
That is a load to take down right there. My goodness.
Wouldn't want to take that knee and coming up making an attack.
That's 243 pounds coming at you down the middle of the field.
And now Marino has this one out of the shotgun. fakes the handoff, throws a tunnel out there, and it goes for about a 7-yard completion. So, and that's Trey Goodman out there. Good execution by the offense, moving fast, coming to the line of scrimmage in a hurry-up set.
28, Noah Benghazi.
Looks like Elijah Davis in the backfield, and the handoff is to Davis. He has a nice little cut there, plunges forward for about a 3-yard gain. So good blocking on the interior side of the line, and good running there by Elijah Davis, 3rd and 2.
By number 21, Vinny Meadow.
I mean, still no huddle, just getting up to the line quickly and trying to score. So they're not laying back here at all.
Marino has it, draws them off sides, and there they are. So that's going to be 1st down, Palmetto Tigers. Good job, Anthony Marino. It's a cheapie.
And we know Anthony's very good at that. You know, very composed, able to draw. I think we did that last week. I think we've done it every game. But even Braden River jumped a couple of times last week.
So he's very proficient at that. Now, at the end of quarter 1, we've got some news here from Scott Lockwood. Venice leads Northport 28-3. And there you saw a long pass out there. Looks like it was intended for Burston. Good play, but that brings up a 2nd and 10. Wow, Northport is our competition next week, and so that's quite a blowout that's going on there. You know what we're seeing here it's early first half, most high school football games. We're seeing some blowouts here.
We are
tonight.
And we know that Manatee has the capability with their athletes to come back, but they're going to have to work hard at it against that Riverview defense.
Oh, boy. A good block by Osborne out there, and that's going to be Elijah Davis, and he's tackled there. That was number 34, and that guy's a player. That's Chase Sharp that you've seen in the fullback position on offense, and able to make a fine tackle. 3rd and 8. Goodman's got it. Nice move. Great stiff arm there. Goes to the 16-yard line. So a nice quick hitter there. Drives forward and then brings up a very it's a 4th and short.
I thought that was Jonte, wasn't it?
Was that Jonte?
Yeah, that was Jonte.
Okay,
Wester.
that was Jonte Wester out there with a great stiff arm. And that's running hard. And Marino looks, middle of the field, throws a nice rip of a throw to Derek Marino off his hands. So that's going to bring up Eric Porter gets a block on the backside. But that's going to be 1st and 10, Lakewood Ranch. While we're here, I wanted to mention some of our great advertisers here. And I also wanted to mention Steve Johnson's doing statistics for us. He's got a blown hamstring. He's at his house, and he's sending me text here that he's getting offers from other high schools. What's going on? So we're going to get to his stats at the completion of the 2nd quarter, Steve. Hang tight. A little hard to multitask with all the scoring that's going on here tonight. 6 minutes and 27 seconds here in the 2nd quarter.
Well, Steve's a little gimpy right now. It was a very serious athletic ladder maneuver that he was trying to perform at his house as he's taking down storm shutters. Why he's only taking them down now, I don't know. The storm was over several weeks ago. I'm just glad that Steve was able to finally get to that.
Well, he got scared by that mandatory evacuation call. The guy was so powerful on that call that he put an extra, boundary around the home there. So it's taken a while to get that done.
I thought maybe he left his water hose on, or I don't know what happened.
Yeah, if you're on a ladder and you run into a wasp nest, that's never a good thing.
No, it's not.
So he jumped up, but he said he stuck the landing. He did say
he got a 10.
Yeah, he said he got a 10 on the landing, but the hamstring wouldn't hold. Now, Lakewood Ranch is taking this one off of the 15-yard line, and that's Justin Curtis taking this one under center. Kasurskik in motion. Hands the ball off to Fisher, and he's blasted by Duncan. Oh, boy. Boy, that's some tough sledding tonight.
Yeah, once again, they're just the defensive line is just blowing off the ball. So they're occupying the old line, and the linebackers, all they got to do is just move up and make a tackle. But they are really just having their way with this offensive unit of the Lakewood Ranch.
So you've got Rumpf out there playing D-end now. You've got Lester Johnson that's moved inside along with Osborne, and then Charles Miller out there playing D-end on the other side. And 3 linebackers creeping up very close to the line of scrimmage, and it's an option play to the outside.
Osborne's right there
takes
again.
A big hit.
I tell you what, Osborne's just blowing his guy 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to sit in the ice bucket tomorrow, but he hasn't come off the field hardly.
You know, it looks to me, it looks like D-ends playing inside on the interior line. You know, you've got Lester Johnson and Osborne that are playing kind of an inside, and they're really showing us they look like interior linemen.
Andrew, he's playing angry, which is what I like to see. I mean, he's just blowing off the ball, and if the ball carrier is not around him, he's going to go find him.
Well, the combinations are all working tonight. He rolls to there's nothing there, and so that was great pressure there by Latoni Martinez, and rolling to his left and having to throw just nothing there.
Well, I don't know how Lakewood Ranch determines who they're going to double team, since every single D lineman is blowing off the ball, but they actually double teamed Andrew on that play, which didn't really do much, but you know, they're just trying to do whatever they can to give that quarterback a little bit of time.
4 minutes and 51 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. Your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 35-0, and Enos is back there to punt this one. Low snap. Oh, very nearly blocked, gets the ball off. Jonte Wester chasing it to the sideline, and it goes out of bounds there at the 49-yard line. Palmetto Tiger offense will start from there.
I don't know how that punt wasn't blocked, but good job by the punter for Lakewood Ranch to get that off. So when does the running clock officially start? What is that threshold?
And that's a question that normally
Kenny
the Minister
would be able
of
to answer,
Information,
right?
Kenny Burton, you know, that's a softball we would lob to him, and he would, you know, take that one out of the park. And so I'm not sure. I believe it starts in the
third quarter.
Third quarter.
Is it 35? Is 35 the magical number?
I thought it was 28. But it's a third quarter. Usually starts in the quarter. But this is still just the second quarter. Palmetto Tiger lead is 35-0 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So now we have Wester in motion. Marino hands this one to the center line, and that's Butler that's been inserted to the game. He goes back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's the best defensive play for Lakewood Ranch tonight. They actually were able to fight some blocks off and make a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. They may have lost half a yard, but a good job by the defensive front for Lakewood Ranch on that play.
Anthony Marino hands this one off to Butler, middle of the field. Takes a big hit, bounces off, and he goes for about a 4-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, once again, there's the guy you talked about earlier with Chase Sharp. And Chase tackled Bubba the only way that you can bring him down. You got to grab him by the kneecaps. You try to tackle him high. Like you said, he can run 100 yards underneath the ping pong table. He's going to get past you.
Now there's the option pitch. Takes a bounce, and that's some great blocking out there.
See?
Butler on the sideline, the 20, tackle to the 15. Now that's a testament to the offensive line. If you have time to go with an option play and you can throw a bounce pass out there and the back still has the time to clear it and take the edge, that's some great blocking out there by the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's a penalty. And that's a holding against the Tiger, and that one is Tigers. It's directly in front of us here.
Yeah, and I didn't see it, and the coaches on the sideline don't look very impressed with that call. It was right in front of them as well.
Yeah, that is directly in front of our vantage point here in the box. So that brings up a 3rd and 13, and we have Derek Marino wide. Wester's out there wide with him. One receiver out there. Mays is wide left. Goodman in motion. And now it's just going to be a little middle screen to Wester. And really a good job by number 52 was able to peel back there. And that number 52 is Marcus Guy. Peeled back there and sniffed that one out.
Real good job. Didn't get overly aggressive. Just stayed in his lane. Made a great tackle. But apparently we're gonna go for it here. 4th and 9 with 2:56 to go in the first half. And we're gonna see what Coach Marino's got. What's he got lined up here for this play?
2 minutes 45 seconds. Palmetto Tigers with the ball. 4th and 9. Marino has Butler in the backfield. And he looks, throws a long ball down there to Wester. He cleared the defender, but the ball was thrown just a bit outside. So Lakewood Ranch is going to take that one over at the 48-yard line.
If he could have gotten just a little bit more air under that ball, Jonte would have caught up.
About a half a yard.
Okay, just for fans here, man, it's a pleasure tonight. We have some help here, and we've got the current rule regarding the running clock. The current rule requires an agreement from both head coaches to move to a running clock to begin the third quarter, and it moves automatically to a running clock if the margin is still 35 or more at the start of the fourth. Thank you, Kevin Osborne, for bringing that to my attention. And there is the rule. Now Big back is back there, fullback slot, fakes it, flea flicker, looking for a home run down the middle of the field, and he's got a receiver, and he makes a catch. It's going to be pass interference on the Tigers, so
but
that's
going to matter.
Yeah.
That was a great play.
Yeah, good play.
Right? Throw your
Throw
your hands up and say, hey, good job, because we got fooled a little bit on that one. We didn't have a great coverage downfield, and DB tried to come back and make a play, but it was too late.
So Curtis took that one, handed off to Mason Fisher, goes to the center of the line, spins around, throws the flea flicker back to Curtis, and then throws it down the field. And I believe that was Drake Thoreau down there, number 85, making the catch there.
Yes, sir.
So was it?
I think it was Pompey on the coverage.
Pompey on the coverage. The catch was made by one of the big receivers. Tries to draw us off sides. Palmetto not biting. And now quarterback sneak on first down, and he goes for about a 3-yard gain on the play.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So Justin Curtis, that was a big quarterback sneak for a defensive line, but then getting that much pressure tonight.
Right.
That's pretty on first down, and you're down 35 points, Coach. I'm going to run the quarterback sneak. Now, this is probably a better strategy. He's got big number 34, Chase Sharp, in the backfield with him, big blocking fullback, hands a quick hitter off to Chase, and he goes Sharp for the touchdown.
Wow.
So that's it. He's a quality player, and he was able to take that one right up the middle of the field. And so now with 1:30 in the second quarter, your Palmetto Tigers are leading this one 35-6, pinning the extra point.
Well, that Lakewood Ranch offensive unit, they have to be extremely happy with that drive. The last thing you want to do is get skunked. You don't want to go back home with zeros on the scoreboard. And that was a good drive for them. Very well called by the coaches.
Good drive, and a couple changes in the defensive line there. And one thing we've seen is a lot of pressure from the interior line. Not really on that series. Now that's number 15 this time, and that's Travis Freeman with the extra point, and it's up, and it is good. So with 1:30, your Palmetto Tigers still lead this one 35-7. With that, Rick, I wanted to talk about one of our fine sponsors, Richardson Stinton Roofing, RSR. They're locally owned and highly experienced. Last couple weeks storms have you convinced that it's time for that new roof? Call Richardson Stinton Roofing at 780-7463. That's Richardson Stinton Roofing at 780-7463.
It's a very reliable name in roofing, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
Been around a while.
Those guys, what a great family here. locals
Right.
for forever. You know, Robbie and the family, and
Right.
and Ed Richardson, good friend of mine.
Strong Palmetto ties.
Palmetto ties, and Ed's got some Southeast ties. You know,
Right.
and we know a lot of folks over at Southeast that watch us. And so Richardson and Stenton, two really great names here, great people, and those guys have fixed my roof, and I can tell you it was awesome job. No, you know, the problem was gone, and then the look it looked like that they'd never been there. You know,
Right.
and that's
important.
That's not typical.
No.
You know, so
I'm just glad that you didn't try to go up on a ladder like Steve Johnson and do something on your own and then have a off-kilter dismount.
Yeah, off the ladder. You know, I think he was working on his balance beam earlier and decided to go to the ladder, and that's where
He's an athlete, you know. you remember.
Yeah, he is an athlete.
He's an athlete.
Yeah, I can vouch for him. So 30, and he's wondering, yeah, I'm an athlete, but I'm doing a lot of statistics, and you guys haven't given me a single, you know.
Maybe we should put him on the sideline.
There you go.
But I'm worried about his hammy. Now I don't know if he can handle all that walking.
Kick is away, and a really nice
That's
kick.
a good kick.
Wow,
man.
Wow, that is, you know, he crushed that one. It was
It
short.
must have been a penalty.
It started at the 45.
Yeah, that helps.
But that was Travis Freeman, and that one would have been into the end zone from anywhere.
Right.
It was a great-looking kick.
Did we miss a penalty?
Yeah, we missed a penalty. We were talking about hamstring injuries. It's 35-7 here with
We're
a minute
just trying
30.
to do what we can.
You know, we want to keep it live, keep it real. So now we've got the officials sorting this one out. So a minute and 30 here, 35-7 is your lead. I can see Derek Marino going out there on the field, and we have out in the receiver position Kobe Mays wide on this side, Butler in the backfield, Anthony Marino back there. Matthews is the right tackle on this side. Gollett is out there with Ingram and on the right side. Porter out there to the left. Valley out there, and it's a nice little tunnel screen. And they're going to call a flag, and that is an excellent play by Jonte Wester. He's at the 50-yard line and finally dragged down.
Let me tell you, Jonte has had the disadvantage of making some huge plays for the Tiger team, and all of them have been called back because of the flag. And I'm not talking about just tonight. There have been several times when he has broken off for a lot of yardage and got called back. I don't know why. He's very unlucky.
Well, that's one of those. That was a tunnel screen. You throw it behind the line of scrimmage. Your offensive lineman can get down the field. They may pick up this flag. That's a tunnel screen. The ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. It allows your offensive lineman to get down the field, make some blocks.
I don't know.
So we're going to have a block in the back again. So today, if you're blocking somebody and he turns his back.
Because I'm pretty sure that was going to be on the opposite side of the play. So it's on the other side of the field. It's not even close to the play. And that's probably what happened. But I'm telling you, we seem to be the only ones that get penalized for that.
You know what? If I'm playing defensive line in today's high school game, I line up with my back toward the line of scrimmage, you know, and it's a penalty every play. You know, if you're getting, I don't know. So Marino's going to take this one. He's got Wester in the jet sweep look, and he fakes that. Now he throws it out there to him late. Watch this move here, and he's got hit. Picks up about 11 yards on the play, and stops the clock. Wisely gets out of bounds. So 58 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And Palmetto Tigers have this one 2nd and 12, Rick.
On the far side of the field brings up now 2nd and 12.
I just want Jonte to score a touchdown. He deserves one.
He's working hard out there, running a lot of routes. Nice throw out there by Marino. Receiver was behind the defensive back there.
Flag. That should have been pass interference. It was all over him. I was wondering if we were going to see one. That was that DB was all over Kobe Mays, and it was called by the official. Unless you're going to pick it up now.
So, yeah, that's number 22 back there in coverage. And you can see he had his arm extended, had a hold of the jersey. Mays was clearing going down the sideline. Referees are going to come back and talk about this one with 53 seconds remaining here, second quarter. That's got to be an interference call.
They called it on us,
Pass
Brian.
interference against the
Called
Tigers.
They called
offensive pass interference.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Okay, 53 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
About 22.
And called a offensive pass interference, pushing off. So Marino has this one in the shotgun. 3 receivers out here wide. Second down and 22. And Palmetto has to burn a timeout
Yeah,
here.
usually when you push off, you have some separation. There was no separation there, so I don't know when Kobe would have pushed off because
Well, he was behind the guy the whole time. So
Right,
that's hard to do. So, he might be like Michael Phelps that wraps his hands around his back and flexibility. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah. So when you're behind, the officials must have called that on the break somewhere, but we had a good vantage point from this position. And
It was
really,
just a simple go route.
he cleared the defender immediately and was behind him.
There was nothing special about that.
Yeah. So second 22 here. Tigers with the ball, backed way up, and there's one of the thing, this is a good time to call some kind of screen action, fake a bubble and throw a middle screen, and what do you expect from this distance?
Well, first of all, we're back to don't touch anyone.
Yeah.
Just like we were against Sarasota. So just put your hands up real quick and let it go, because if you don't, you're going to get called for something. This is really ridiculous.
With penalty yardage, are unbelievable.
They're going to be we're
in the
going to match.
200s. Again, Butler's got this one, middle of the field, takes a big hit, drives forward. Nice gain on the play of about 8 yards. So the clock's down to 44 seconds here in the second quarter. And it's third and about 18.
23 to go.
And
I just give it one more time to Bubba and let him just go.
34, Chase Sharp.
yeah, just
Let him go 80 yards or whatever we got to go.
Jonte, Wester, Butler in space. Goodman's out there wide. Marino's out here. So you have Jonte Wester, Marino, who's an excellent blocking back. Just drop Wester back and run a little bubble screen. They're playing very soft, and great route there. Wester's open, and the ball was overthrown. Great play call. Looked like they were setting up. They played soft over there. The middle of the field opened up. Great play call.
Yes, it was. It really, and
14 with Jonte Wester.
just a little overthrown there by Anthony, but he had 3 options that were open there. Could have gone anywhere. Jonte's a good choice.
Good choice in the middle of the field, and so that's 8 seconds remaining on the clock. No harm there. All you need is Marikas to get this one off. So Osborne's going to snap it back there. Ball is at the 25-yard line. Excuse me, the 15-yard line. Marikas is on the 2-yard line, awaits this one. Gets the ball out of there. It's going to be a low kick. They're going to watch this roll. The clock's going to wind down to zeros with nobody touching it. That's going to be into the second quarter here as the buzzer sounds. Really an excellent first half here, homecoming night for your Palmetto Tigers.
Yeah, so we're just going to take a little break here, Brian. It's homecoming. We're going to watch the floats and take a little breather, and we'll be back here at the start of the second half.
All right, and so we'll have that, and we're going to get back with you here after the halftime.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the 2017 Homecoming Night. This whole week would not have been possible without the hard work and dedication from our Student Government Association. We would like to thank the crew of Hernando de Soto for coming out and supporting your Tigers tonight. Now coming by, we have the 2017 Miss Palmetto, Madison Waldo. Also, the class of 1967 homecoming queen, Robin Byers.
50 years ago. Get out of your mind! 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 Get out of your mind!
Now here comes your 2017 homecoming chorus. And now your class of 2021. Following them, you have your class of 2020 who won class yards. Now our cheerleader. 2020. Now your Palmetto High School FFA. Next up, your Palmetto High School Athletics Boosters Club. Class of 2019. Next, Avid Club. Now the Interact Club. Your Future Business Leaders of America. Best Buddies. Next is your Bible Club, who offers free donuts on Fridays. Your TV Production Club. And last but not least, your Palmetto High School Class of 2018. Each club and sport picked 2 representatives. Out of those representatives, the student body then chose 6 girls and 6 boys to create the homecoming court. She hopes to attend University of Florida, major in psychology, where she will then become a lawyer. Next up, also representing student government, we have Latoni Martinez. Latoni is being escorted by Miss Michelle Marson. After graduation, he plans to attend Santa Fe College, majoring in sports physical therapy. Next, representing boys soccer, we have Amber Turin. Amber is being escorted by Bethany and Scott Johnson. After graduation, she hopes to attend Florida State University, majoring in criminal justice. Also representing boys soccer, we have Ty Dolan. Ty is being escorted by his mother, Charmaine Ferris. After graduation, he hopes to continue playing soccer at a four-year university where he will major in business. Next, representing girls soccer, we have Alexandra Mercer. Alexandra is being escorted by her parents, Tim and Stephanie Mercer. After graduation, she hopes to continue playing soccer at a four-year university. Also representing girls soccer, we have Kenny Brown. Kenny is being escorted by his parents, Kenny and Monica Brown. After graduation, he plans on playing basketball at a four-year university where he will study biology. Next, we have Jaira Jones, which is representing cheerleading. Jaira is being escorted by her grandmother, Bessie. After graduation, she plans to attend a four-year university majoring in criminal justice and forensic science. Representing football, we have Elijah Davis. EJ is being escorted by his dad, Elijah Davis. After graduation, he plans to continue playing football at a four-year university, majoring in pharmacy. Representing Bible Club, we have Abby Ham. Abby is being escorted by her parents, Philip and Christy Ham. After graduation, she plans on attending a four-year university majoring in nonprofit management. Representing wrestling, we have Andrew Duncan. Andrew is being escorted by his parents, Steve and Patricia Duncan. After graduation, he plans to attend a four-year university majoring in prosthetic engineering. Representing JROTC, we have Haley Green. Haley is being escorted by her parents, Richard and Robin Green. After graduation, she plans on attending a four-year university. Last but not least, we have Ty Castillo, which is representing Dazzlers. Ty is being escorted by his mother, Nikea Castillo, and little brother, Jay. After graduation, he he plans to attend a 4-year university majoring in psychology. Crowning tonight's royalty is 2017 Miss Palmetto Madison Waldo. And class of 1967 homecoming queen, Robin Byers. And now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for. Your 2017 Prince, Kenny Brown. Your 2017 Princess, Lulu Easterling. And now, your 2017 Homecoming King, Ty Dolan. And now, your 2017 Homecoming Queen, Haley Green. And now that includes your 2017 Homecoming Week.
Tiger fans, come out and support your Tigers tomorrow, Saturday, from 9 to 1 in the morning here at Palmetto High School's parking lot, and participate in the Ford test drive for your school. Troy Brown and AutoNation Ford have been gracious enough to give Palmetto High School $20 for every test drive. There will be several brand new models to choose from, so come out and support your Tigers tomorrow morning. Palmetto High School band will be playing and performing on the field after the game. So please stay off the field Palmetto High School's band will be performing on the field after the game. Travis Freeman, number 15, lining up to kick off for the Mustangs. Onside kick recovered by number 25, Alejandro Montt. So the Tigers are going to take over with great field position at their own 37-yard line or 39-yard line. Johnny Jones with a nice little run up the middle, gain of 3 on the play.
I think they're kind of laying back a little bit, and maybe they're afraid that they're going to get a call on them, but we need to open up some gaps here for this for our tailbacks. And once again, a great job by the defensive front of Lakewood Ranch. Good tackle there by number 51.
Michael Melquist.
Michael Melquist.
So great play, and then Palmetto now has it 3rd and 3. Jonte Wester's going to be in there, and Teddy Washington, Isaiah Washington checking out of this one. So it's going to be Marino back there. They're going to huddle up, talk it over a little bit, 11 minutes and 1 second remaining. We have David Burston out here wide left, Derek Marino and Jonte Wester out in the slot. Marino takes it, looks for the middle, runs out to the right, and now he throws the ball up there out of bounds, so that's going to bring up a punting situation here.
Good job by Lakewood Ranch on that. That's probably one of the, I think that's our first 3 and out, Brian, of the night, and they're playing with a little bit more intensity than they were the first half, and we just were unable to get that push that we were getting early in the game, but need to come back here and try to reestablish that. And I can't really tell how many non-starters we have in the game. I see a few already, and I know they want to give them some playing time. So
Manriquez is going to have this, and he's got Mason Fisher back there along with Josh Roden to field this one. Good snap, good punt, and it's going to roll. Palmetto Tigers do a great job. Good job of coverage there by Andrew Osborne, and the ball is down there by Latoni Martinez. So, kind of a sluggish start coming out of the halftime. A lot of homecoming activities, a very long halftime.
Right.
Tiger offense got off to a very slow start, punted, and let's see if that defense can come back with that intensity that we saw earlier in that second quarter, Rick.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, because we need to get back to that dominating defense that we saw in the first half before we got the score on us late.
So Josh Roden is out here wide to the right, one single receiver out there to the left, and Curtis has this one out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff. Now he throws it out, and great coverage out there, showing some great closing speed down the sideline was Pompey.
Justin Curtis is
Yeah, and they had Cooper Corley trying to sprint down the sideline, but good coverage, able to jam him a little bit off the line, and the ball was overthrown about 15 yards. So
yeah, the best shot
close.
Clearly was our corner over there in coverage. Now Pompey's over on this side, and he's covering the very dangerous Josh Roden, and the quarterback takes it, fakes that, looking to the out, good coverage, middle of the field, peels back, nice play, and that's Waiters peeling back to make a fine play.
Yeah,
Brandon
good
Waiters.
Pursuit. Great pursuit by Brandon. Actually, the play was behind him. He had a blocker in front of him. He turns around and makes the play as several other Tiger DBs were trying to come up on him.
Yeah, that was a great play out of the linebacker position. Just a superior play. Now they've got 3rd and 6 here. Does Justin Curtis. Now big tight end goes in motion, sets on the line of scrimmage. Curtis reviewing things, tries to pull the Tigers offside. Nobody bit on that. Clock's got to be winding down. Curtis has this one now, the shotgun. Everybody, that's got to be a delay game.
Yeah, it took a lot of time, Brian. We don't have a clock, but they called a timeout before that delay game.
Right, so that'll be the first of this half. 9 minutes and 26 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And a big third play here for the Palmetto Tiger defense. I wanted to talk about some of our players. We've been talking about the change in the kicking, or some of our sponsors. DeVito's Auto Repair, get a kick out of great service. DeVito's are located in Ellington. For quality auto repair, visit Tom and John DeVito, serving satisfied customers since 1978. Garrett Richard LLC. I know those guys at Garrett Richard very well. Payroll and workers' compensation. And then Keaton's Office and Art Supply. A good, group of just an excellent place there in Bradenton. For all your office and art supply needs. Real, fast service, serving the business needs of the community since 1951.
Wow.
That's a long time. Justin Curtis, 3rd and 5, trying to draw him offside. No takers. Tries to get the outside. Gets a block out there. Flag in the middle of the field. Thrown at the feet there by number 41, Sam Pasco. And that, that almost looked like, I heard Luke Bussell, maybe a chop block or something in the interior. Yeah, there it is. Good call by Luke Bussell.
Absolutely. He went down hard too, and I'm glad to see that Sam Pasco was able to get up, because those can cause some serious injuries.
Could be half the distance to the goal.
So while engaged, the ruling is if you're engaged with an offensive lineman and the other guy cannot throw at your knees while you're engaged with another blocker. So good call on the play.
As Kenny Burton would say, that would cause some injuries to your lower extremities.
Yeah, he would
be very technical.
And
I don't want to say
I would say, man, that might hurt your knee. You might blow out your leg or something like that.
And I would say the exact same thing.
Now, they're really backing them up here. So
I would imagine they're just going to try to run something again. They're not going to take a chance and try to pass from their own end zone, because we're going to be putting our ears back on this one.
Pompey's in coverage over here with Josh Roden. He's playing tight press coverage. I love to see that. Tight end goes in motion, cross the formation. They fake the handoff. Boy, there's nothing home there. Houston's there. Everybody's there on that play. Thompson was there from the safety position. You had Pasco in on that. Who wasn't involved in that?
Exactly. The entire defensive front. Advantage defense on that type of play. You're not concerned about the passing game. You can just go to man coverage. Everybody can just jam up here on the line, and let's see if we can pin them back even further. So good job by the defense.
Jacob Enos is going to punt this one away. Wester's back here. Enos is very close to the back of the end zone. Punts a low kick. It's going to roll. Wester giving chase. Knight takes a nice hop. It's got a 45. No chance by the defensive player on that juke. He's at the 35, 30, and he's breaking this one all the way to the 25. Got a block out there, 15, 10. all the way to the 5-yard line.
We got a flag, though. I know you find that hard to believe, Brian, but we do have a flag. Once again, Jonte, just a great run back on that punt, and he's going to get called back. He's so unlucky.
You know, that Jonte's probably got the most runs of 20, 30, 40 yards called back this year.
I think
he
Jonte
probably has, you know, and whether it's in the special teams unit or when he's, you know, coming out of the slot position, jet sweeps. I'm sure he has 200 yards of yardage that's been called back on. I
agree, Brian. I mean, I think he gets penalized just because of the fact that he's able to cut on a dime. He's very, very hard to bring down. He's fast, and sometimes I think our blockers get turned around themselves just trying to make a block for him. And you know, so obviously somebody got hit in the back during that run back. But Jonte, I mean, he's special.
He is fun to watch. He reminds me of Florida has number 17, and
right.
He plays just like that with great speed. Now we have out here, Kobe Mays is out here wide. Handoff, middle of the field. Great run by Johnny Jones. Look at this run. Breaks a tackle. Wow, what a run.
Yeah, you know, once again, we have this this great running back group, and they stay fresh because they're constantly rotating them. You'll have EJ in there. You've got Johnny. Bring in Bubba. And, you know, they don't really get tired because they're not the featured back the entire game. So when he comes in, he's ready to hit somebody. He's ready to break one open because he's been standing over there on the sidelines, you know, for about 5 minutes. He's ready to go.
Osborne, great block in the middle of the field, and that's Johnny Jones with another 7-yard gain. You know, I think about the depth that Palmetto High School has at running back and at quarterback. You know, you're 4 deep in the running back position, and at quarterback, you can go with Marino, you can go with Wester, and then you've got Spicer, who's a starting quarterback and, you know, won the majority of his games at receiver, knows all the plays. So great depth in the backfield for the Tigers. Johnny Jones showing some great nifty moves.
Just 2 great cuts there to pick up the first down, just right up the gut. Just a dive play, nothing fancy, but he makes things happen because he's able to cut and get around the linebacker and pick up some additional yards on the play. Good job, Johnny.
And, you know, with him cutting around like that, Andrew Osborne was out the hash and just absolutely pancaked the defender out there, surprised. You know, and with the back that has, you know, could run like Johnny, he could be anywhere. No penalty on that play, really a good no call. But a pancake block out there by Osborne. This time Osborne leads, gets a good block, and Johnny Jones running hard tonight goes for another 8-yard gain.
Let me tell you, Andrew Osborne is having an outstanding game tonight. He really is. He is. We've already talked about it earlier, but he's hardly coming off the field. I mean, he will come off for an extra point or kickoff if they let him, but then he's right back in on the defensive side.
He's on the defensive side,
and
the offensive kickoff coverage unit, and also long snapper. I mean, he's everywhere tonight. Osborne this time is back here, H-back look. Oh, boy, great block by Osborne and the left side of the line, and he's in for the touchdown. And just Johnny Jones.
So that was a Johnny Jones show. Yeah. On that, we did not even throw the ball one time on that series, and Johnny just powered over that defensive front and the linebackers for Lakewood Ranch on 4 consecutive plays. Great job, Johnny. Like I said, he's fresh. He's ready to go.
Yeah, what a series, you know, and again, what a stable of running backs. And, you know, similar running styles. They all can run low to the ground. They all can put their hand down, you know, in the middle of the field, continued running. The stable is loaded with horses when it comes to our offensive backfield. Duncan snap, spot is good, and Rafael Gomez kicks this one through. So Palmetto Tigers lead this one 42-7 with 6 minutes left in the third.
With that 35-point lead, we will be soon entering a running clock.
You know, I wanted to take this special time here to talk about our Tiger Vision crew out there in the production trailer keeping things going here. The director tonight is Christian McClanahan, doing a great job. On the audio is Nick Batchelder. On the switchboard out there switching for us tonight is Chris Bussell. And in with the cameras tonight, we have Bill Britt up on the camera crew. And with special thanks, as always, to the Palmetto High Athletic Booster Club, goes to Kathy Vincent, president, and her husband, Mike Vincent. So here, you know, it's at that point, 42-7, 5:54.
So we can, if the coaches agree, start the running clock now if Lakewood Ranch chooses to do so. If not, if I heard you correctly, the fourth quarter, it would automatically go regardless, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
So,
unless they score another touchdown.
Right. They have to close the gap here. Rafael Gonzalez, the left footer, showing some really great talent here tonight. He's going to approach this one. And he gets a low kick initially. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line, cutting up the middle of the field, now to the left hash all the way to 20, and a great return out there to the 30. And that's Josh Roden, showing us he's got some talent.
No, that was a good job by Josh because, he tried to get to the outside quickly. He was able to kind of outrun the coverage there and pick up some good yards there on the return. So, like you said, he's showing that speed, showing it off a little bit.
So now across the line here, we have number 50, Ryan Compton's out there. And we have Sidney Pompey's out here on the corner. Trey Thompson's here in the safety. And Duncan's creeping up. And Houston's over there. And now Duncan falls back, but I think he's coming out of the Mike linebacker position. And they look for the option, run it to the right side of the field. Looks like they have the edge out there. And there's going to be a holding call.
Yes.
There.
And I was going to go on a rant if the referee didn't call that holding, because that was right in front of us, Brian. You saw it.
Yeah, I did.
He had Sidney Pompey just held as well as you could hold anyone, and it took a while for that yellow flag to come out of the pocket.
And I was, even though I was pretty clear he was holding there, I just didn't want to give any encouragement that, hey, those are fun things to see, because really the play didn't go for that much, but it's going to be 1st and 20. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here in the third. Now across the line, I'm looking at Charles Miller out there. We have Rumpf is out there. We've got Duncan back there in the Mike linebacker position. Over here in the Will linebacker position is Houston to the short side of the field. And they throw it, and Houston's in coverage. Tried to get us with a wheel route there. Kosursic going up the slot, and really a pretty good job by the Palmetto D.
It was, and good play call. Had an opportunity to make a play there, just overthrew his receiver, but good coverage. It wasn't going to go anywhere.
So now that's 2nd and 20. Did stop the clock on that temporarily. It's 3:01 here. On the clock. Now this is they're coming. They are coming. Goodness.
He's got nowhere
gracious.
to go.
Nowhere to go. But he gets out of the corner.
Gets out of
Look out for the big hit here, and then there's going to be a legal receiver downfield. I would expect.
It has to be.
Flag came out, so we had some blockers downfield.
Yeah, they were 10 yards out.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. I mean, this young man is just running for his life.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that game situation you're in. Just run out of bounds or
right. And that's one of those where you take that's a big hit is coming. You can hear
right.
It gets to be a dangerous play with that much space in between the offensive players and the defenders out there. But one thing about it, he's showing some foot speed.
He is.
And I was shocked that he was able to break out of the pocket because we had 4 Tigers back there collapsed in the pocket. So Tiger fans, with 1 minute and 49 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, Palmetto hanging on to this 42-7 lead. And they now have 2 receivers on each side of the formation. And Justin Curtis rolls to his left, throws back across the body to the right, and really the receiver looked like he lost that. Looked like a pretty good pass.
I thought it was a good pass. I thought, he definitely had a chance to catch that ball and was unable to bring it in. But that was a great pass by the young quarterback.
One thing we do have here, we have some temporary lighting on the far side of the field from where the receiver was looking back, and the lighting here at Palmetto is very high. But we did lose one of the a bank of lights in one of the towers, and there's some temporary lighting that's about 35, 40 feet off the field of play, and it almost looked like he lost that one in the lights.
And they're not high enough, in my opinion. They are providing enough light for on the field for play, but I don't know how long it's going to take to get our light fixed, but I don't think you can help but not look into those lights.
Right, from that field level.
Right.
It's only probably 30 feet off the ground. Oh, boy, Sidney Pompey on the corner blitz, and he throws it out there.
What a great play.
Had a receiver, and what a heads-up play by the quarterback, Justin Curtis.
I mean, you're looking at a sack that may have been a safety.
Yeah.
And you've got out of the corner of your eye, you see an eligible receiver. You're able to just kind of push the ball, pitch it to him, and
yeah, that was his tight end.
So you live to at least kick the ball, right?
Yeah. So heads-up play, and boy, Sidney Pompey came off the corner blitz. And I was watching that, and the safety rolled back and replaced. It was perfect timing of the corner blitz. So at the end of the third quarter, your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 42-7.
So I'm liking the play of the DBs tonight, and we're seeing some things that we did not see last week against Braden River. We didn't really see them up on the line. We didn't see a lot of press coverage. We saw none of that last week, and they actually, there were several times when Knowledge, the receiver from Braden River, he caught several little out passes, little bubble passes, and we were 7-8 yards off of him, and he just picked up enough speed. He's the strongest receiver in the county, in my opinion.
He's something else, Knowledge McDaniel over there. And one thing that we've seen,
I don't know if you can press him.
One thing we've seen over the years with Braden River, they do such a good job with the tight ends. And the Palmetto defense last night took the tight ends away. And but we had a running back with over 200 yards rushing and a receiver with over 200 yards receiving. So what you need to concentrate is focus on 2 players. Okay, let's figure out how to put the luck on those 2 players, because that was 90% of the offense.
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, that's
right
the whole production.
Right.
Was the offensive production was 2 players. Now he's going to punt this one, and he takes a low kick, and Wester's got that one, a very returnable kick. He's got the sideline now. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 35, 20, 15, jukes another one, 10, and all the way down to the 15-yard lines. And there's penalties everywhere.
Now, Brian, I'm not going to get crazy here, but that was not an illegal hit. That was as close to the play as you could possibly get. I don't know what a legal hit is anymore. I'm going to have to reread the rule book. I don't know what that call is. It was not a crackback. Coach Marino was very upset on the sideline.
This is just week after week, and now Wester with another 60-yard. We're just talking about it. He's had 200 yards. And it's off the ball, and when a guy like Wester, he could, when he's running behind you, that guy with his cutting ability could be anywhere.
Right.
And you're trained to go block the guy and take him out of the play. You don't know if Jonte, with his moves and his speed, you don't know where he is behind the play.
No, you're right, Brian. And let's make it clear that defender was running toward Jonte to make a tackle. So he's not on the other side of the field. He is trying, even though he wasn't going to.
Right.
He is trying to get there.
Right. So 1st and 10, Palmetto Tigers ball here. We moved early and they didn't call it. So We go for about a 7-yard gain with Johnny Jones.
We got Jonte at QB now.
Oh, this is
Brian.
fun. This is fun. So you have Derek Marino out here in the slot. Burston's out here wide. Jonte Wester in the backfield. Johnny Jones in the backfield with him. Hands the ball off. Johnny Jones cutting hard. Goes for about a 2-yard gain on the play. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Now, here's riddle me this. Long side of the field. Fake the handoff, and Jonte runs to the far boundary.
I think we can make that work as long as we don't touch anyone. You got to throw your hands up in the air and just let Jonte do all the work. And we are in a running clock, Brian. We got 9:09 left here in the game, but the clock
9:06 here. Jonte Wester in there, and he has Johnny Jones back there with him. Wester's going to take this one, and he fakes the handoff, runs around the edge, and he's going to get the first. What a cut inside! So he got a 1st down.
You called that. That was good.
Really a good job by the defensive end over there sealing, but Jonte Wester, he will stick his foot in the ground and make a cut.
Yeah, I think he actually slipped, which hurt him, but 3rd and 1, so you can look for that again.
4th and about 2 chain links. 2 receivers out here wide on both sides. We're going to see a run here in the middle of the field with Jonte Wester or Johnny Jones. Let's look at that offensive line across the front. Great blocks out there. Jonte Wester around the edge, goes to the 15-yard line.
That was a good job by Jonte. I was a little concerned because Jonte actually hit the guy in front of him as he was running. I didn't know we were going to get a call on that. We got away with one, Brian.
It was a little crazy there. But the offensive line surge at the outset of the play, they just blew the defensive lineman off the play. And then Jonte easily goes around the edge. Johnny Jones, nice cut in the middle of the field, but it goes for about a half-yard gain. 7 minutes 44 on this running clock homecoming Friday night. Palmetto Tiger fans, we welcome all the greatest internet fan base in the country watching our game and abroad, watching our game here tonight. And it should be a snoozer from this point out, 42-7, your Tigers lead.
I would go right back to Jonte and let him run that thing one more time and let this young man get into the end zone. Well deserved, and with all the penalties called against his run backs this year, I would love to see him get in that end zone one time.
And I may jump out the box if he does clear one here, and there's a flag on this because he's been snake bit by penalties on plays he's been involved with. He's got it, and he just faked the linebacker.
What a
out
tackle!
Of his shoes.
What
Great
a tackle there!
And that was number 50 there. It came back, had a clear path there, and LaJonte Wester. That was Will Hudson. A clear path to Jonte Wester.
That really was a nice tackle by that young man.
Yeah, that really was.
Yeah.
3rd and 7, Rick.
Here we go.
6:30. It's time. Let's do it. Wester hands it off. Johnny Jones drives forward, and he's going to go for about a 4-yard pickup on the play. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. Ball is at the 8-yard line. And the flag comes down extremely late. And it's a sideline warning.
I have no idea why we're even concerned about that right now. On Lakewood Ranch.
Yeah, sideline warning, Lakewood Ranch.
But I don't
see anybody near there. And so 5 minutes and 45 seconds remain here in the 4th quarter. Your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 42-7. Knocking on the door again in the Superior Asphalt Red Zone. Superior quality, superior service, superior asphalt. Superior has built a rock-solid reputation in the Manatee, Sarasota County areas for over a decade. Superior Asphalt. His brother, DJ Barnador, leaves the box here. Had DJ's company up here in the press box with us. It was fun. And now the Tigers are looking to extend this thing on out. Second time of the half it has been called.
All right, so while we got a little time out here, Brian, I got to give kudos to our JV team yesterday. Played Manatee, a 50-6 win for the JV team. That group, as freshmen and now JV, have not lost one game in high school football. And they actually were able to come out there and just dominate. My son Tyler Wells got his first pick of the year, so got to give a shout out to Tyler, and just a great game for those young men. Look forward to seeing them next year as they come up here to play against the big boys.
And I've been impressed with Tyler's speed. You know, he's playing some corner out there.
Corner, right?
Yeah.
Been playing a little safety. Coach Treehouse has been just excellent getting him in shape.
That is so much fun. Now, Rafael Gonzalez is out there to kick a left-footed kick through here to extend the score to 45-7. 5 minutes, 13 seconds remain. Ball is up, and it is good. And
I like that call. I like that call, Brian, because Coach Marino knows that he's going to need him later on, and give him a little bit of experience at this level. And the kid is very smooth and very confident, and he's kicked some field goals at the JV level, but not up here.
So I wanted to take this opportunity to thank one of my good friends, Bart Hoopengarner, for telling me he's proud that I'm pronouncing the name of Ellington the correct way instead of my normal Ellington. So to all the Hoopengarner brothers out there, I know I irritate you guys with the improper pronunciation from time to time, and I'm so glad that you guys are tuned in tonight. Mark Sousa in Seneca, South Carolina is tuned in. Tino Amasquitos out in Sterling, Illinois. Dan Bartow, a good friend of mine who's a longtime Tiger Vision fan, watches us from various locations across the southeastern United States. And always, Palmetto grads located now in Tallahassee. Bill Davis and Lauren Shackelford are viewing from Tallahassee, Florida. So I wanted to give a shout-out to that. Clock's down to 4 minutes here with a running clock. So this one's winding down. You can turn out the lights. The party's just about to close.
So I guess we shouldn't say Palmetto. Don't say Palmetto. Make sure we say Palmetto, right?
No, it's Palmetto. And you'll hear okay, we'll talk about that after the kick. It's a little bit.
That's going to go in the end zone.
Yeah. Well, how about that? 3 yards deep in the end zone.
Nice.
So Gonzalez continues to impress here tonight. And, here in Palmetto, it's like a friend, a pal. The correct pronunciation is Palmetto. Some of our northern friends call it Palmetto, but it is Palmetto.
So you can tell this is a blowout.
I know my father, Don Varnador, he's got the correct pronunciation. And I wanted to thank him tonight for taking me to so many football games, dragging me around so I could actually, watch so many games and be somewhat aware of what's going on and talk about him with him on the road trips up and back from games. And I hope you're watching out there, Dad. And 2 minutes and 54 seconds.
Nice
hand
tackle.
Off the middle of the field and shooting across. That's got to be
Matty
Wyatt.
Wyatt, yes.
That's a Wyatt. So Matthew Wyatt, number 99, crossed the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard loss. So that's your TFL.
Yeah, I can't call him Matty anymore. I'm sorry. All through Pop Warner, we called him Matty, but now that he's in high school, we have to call him Matt. It's Matt Wyatt.
Okay. Matthew Wyatt. But he's, I'm going to say Bradley Wyatt. And, there's Bradley, there's Matthew, those Wyatts. They've been really, really good to Palmetto High football. Long night, keeping the quarterback in there, and there's a fumble. Tigers are going to get this one. Ball's on the ground, and so Tiger ball recovered there. So you expect the Tigers probably just take a knee here, seal the deal.
There's no reason not to. I mean, this game is over. We've got 1:55, running clock. We'll see what goes on here, but we have been able to dominate tonight. It appears that we're going to be, pretty much injury-free. I haven't seen any injuries on our side of the ball anyway. So I'm hoping that we can just get out of here without any more of our starters getting hurt. We got a little banged up against Braden River, Jesse West the week before against Sarasota. We can really ill afford to lose anyone else. So we just need to take a knee and.
And I'm really hurt that Kenny's not here with us tonight because Ken Burton Jr. He's going to be able to tell you what the scenarios are, the losses with the teams, and how we're faring here. But the simple thing for me, I'm pretty simple: just win the ones that are ahead of you.
That's right. And they are going into victory formation. Brian, which is very smart.
Been very, good thing to do. Steve Johnson's been feeding me stats here during the game here. Lakewood Ranch 4 runs, -9 yards, 1 for 5, passing yards 3 yards. Palmetto 7 rushes, 57 yards. And the way that it shakes out, and I don't want to short you here, Steve, because you're doing a great job, but Lakewood Ranch has not a bunch, and Palmetto's got a bunch of offensive statistics tonight. Defense played well. Brandon Waiters recovered that last fumble. Really didn't point that out, but he did a great job on that. He's had a big game tonight.
He has.
22 seconds remaining here, homecoming Friday, and Wester takes this one, and he's going to kneel, and the clock's going to run down. So that's going to be it for this Palmetto Tiger team. And, tonight we're going to talk about a couple sponsors that are great friends of ours. Conley Buick GMC, where we treat you like family. Conley Buick GMC, proudly serving Manatee County since 1966. Garrett Richard LLC Payroll and Workers' Compensation, located in Palmetto, Workers' Compensation, Payroll and Benefits. And our good friends Richardson Stinton Roofing, locally owned and highly experienced. Last week's storms have you convinced it's time for that new roof? Call Richardson Stinton Roofing, 780-7463. And with that, I want to take this opportunity, Rick. It was a blowout tonight, kind of a nice game to relax with all the storms and the things that we've had going on. It was kind of nice to sit back and not have a lot of pressure and just sit back and enjoy one.
That's right, Brian. And we really got to get focused on what's to come. We got Northport at their place next week. I believe we have a bye possibly. We have a bye coming up as well. We got Venice. Obviously, we have a lot of big games here left to go, and we really need to stay focused on what we need to do, what our goal was this year, and that's to make it into the playoffs. So I'm really hoping that we can just come out here next week against Northport, continue this aggressive play that we saw from the defense, clean up the penalties, the ones that we actually saw, not the made-up ones, and just try to stay upbeat about what our opportunities are in front of us, and not to look at Venice as a game that we can't win.
Right.
Because I honestly believe, and I know I'm a Palmetto boy, I'm a homeboy. We can beat Venice if we play good, disciplined, sound football. I think we have the talent to. But so we just got to remain confident.
And behind the scenes, we're getting healthier in a hurry. John Bembry on the defensive line is out, but Big Jesse West, he's getting healthy. Fine job has been done in his replacement there. We've seen some great work by the replacement, Javier Valley, number 63, and then Eric Porter moving to left tackle. It's been very solid. But tonight we saw the defensive line, a little change in the philosophy there. With the insertion of Andrew Osborne and Lester Johnson on the interior of the line instead of off the edge, and they really showed a lot of push in the center of the field.
They really did, Brian, and I don't know what their plan is going to be next week, but I really like what I saw from Osborne. I thought that he was dominant when he was in there. Defensively, I don't think that I saw them effectively block him one time, and they started to double team him, and he was still able to get off those blocks. So that's encouraging as we think about some of these bigger offensive lines that we're going to face, especially against Venice. And we know that Charlotte has had our number the last 2 years.
Yes.
So we know what they offer. So I'm just hoping that we can continue to make the moves that we need to make to put ourselves in a position to get to the playoffs.
Well, thank you, Rick. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to thank all of our Tiger Vision viewers once again. Happy homecoming to you. And we'll wrap that one up. The score here tonight, Palmetto Tigers victorious here with a running clock for most of the second half. They're leading this one 45-7. And I want to take this opportunity. Rick, it's been a pleasure. We do miss Kenny Burton Jr. and Tom Porter. It just wasn't the same without you guys.
No.
But thanks to the guys in the truck once again. And tonight's final score, your Palmetto Tigers 45, Lakewood Ranch Mustangs 7. Tiger fans, be sure to join us again Friday night, October the 20th at 7:15 p.m. as we travel south to Northport to face the Northport High Bobcats. My broadcast partners, Mr. Rick Wells, absentee, Ken Burton Jr., absentee, Tom Porter, and I, along with the production staff of Tiger Vision via PalmettoHighSports.com, wish you all a very safe weekend. Go Tigers.
And now, Palmetto Tiger fans, homecoming Friday night, the Palmetto High School Palmetto Fighting Tiger Band.